Welcome back everyone to the video, and today we are going over my winners and losers of the week from the first week of the 2024 NFL season. This is going to be a video basically every single week. It's a series starting for the first year on my channel today. Now it's pretty self-explanatory. Each week we'll go over some players or teams or coaches that I feel like are a winner or loser of the week. So again, pretty self-explanatory. And before we get into it, be sure to subscribe to the channel if you guys are new. I would really appreciate that. We are on the road to 1,000 subscribers, closing in on 700. I do a ton of NFL content, whether it's stuff like this, week picks, power rankings. We rank a lot of players, a lot of teams. We do draft content, all that kind of stuff. Always NFL content on the channel. So thank you guys for all the support there. But for this video, I'm not gonna lie, the graphic is a little rough. All right, I had to kind of throw this together because I only really had today to plan this because we didn't know until the week was over, which is Monday night, who to really do, for this whole winners and losers thing. So I'm probably going to update the graphic a bit as we go on throughout the, year. But anyway, starting with the winners. Today, we're just going to have 3 for each, winners and losers. If you guys want to see me expand that for future episodes, I can do that as well. So we can do like 4 winners, 4 losers, or 5 even, whatever you guys want to do there. So let me know down below if you have a preference for that. But the first winner that I want to highlight for the week, for week 1, that is, are the New England Patriots. And they came out and surprised everybody. I really don't know if there's a single analyst who picked the Patriots to win this game. I definitely did not pick the Patriots to win this game. I didn't give them much of a chance at all in this. And that was even with T. Higgins not playing and Ja'Marr Chase game time decision. I thought for sure the Bengals would slow down that very inexperienced offense, and that just did not happen. Ramondre Stevenson had a great game for the Patriots. And then defensively, Christian Gonzalez coming back, off that shoulder injury from last year that kept him out for 12 games. He comes back week 1, second year, and holds Ja'Marr Chase to like 20 yards. So really, really good game from him. Also defensively. And yeah, I mean, if you're the Patriots, first week you were given basically not a single chance to win this game. You go into Cincinnati, you win the game. First, win for Jerod Mayo as the head coach. That was pretty cool too. So, you can make Jerod Mayo a winner of the week. You can make Stevenson. I want to make the entire Patriots team though. I think that was the most surprising thing from week 1. And then the second winner has to be Saquon Barkley. He had 3 touchdowns in his Eagles debut on Friday night in Brazil versus the Packers. And it was really cool to see because I think this is kind of what, maybe not 3 touchdowns every game, but the, explosiveness from him, that was kind of what was projected to really give the Eagles that boost, was Saquon being able to do everything out of the backfield, rushing wise, receiving wise, and he showcased that. He had like an 18-yard touchdown reception, which was honestly a pretty good catch on the sideline in the end zone. He was great running the ball, very, very explosive. He's able to accelerate so quickly. And again, it was really just his game. He got basically whatever he wanted from that Packers defense. And again, I think these are the kind of performances we can see Saquon have this year. That's why I was so high on the Eagles in the offseason. I thought Saquon would be exactly what this offense needed, a super dynamic player. He absolutely showcased it in week 1. Eagles play the Falcons next Monday night. That should be an interesting matchup, but honestly, I would expect Saquon to still be a huge contributor in that game as well. So again, I'm not going to give him, the winner thing every single week because I'm not going to, say he's going to get 3 touchdowns every single week. But again, I think for week 1, huge statement performance from him on a new team. Saquon Barkley is definitely a week 1 winner. And then the third winner, I want to give to Jameson Williams. I was really, really happy for him. His first year, he's recovering from that torn ACL, so he doesn't really have a full offseason, doesn't do a whole lot during the season. I think it was really just that 1 reception for like a 40-yard touchdown. And then, last year was his first year to have like a full offseason, really adjust, see what he can do. And it wasn't really anything special last year. But again, there were a lot of other wide receivers on the depth chart at that point in time. Maybe not a lot, but you had someone like Khalif Raymond, I think, or maybe he's still there. Maybe it's Josh Reynolds. I always mix them up. One of them is in Denver, whichever one's in Denver. He was on the roster last year. So this was really Williams' first season to kind of go into it. Wide receiver 2, far removed from that ACL injury, and he did not disappoint in week 1. Again, it might be a little bit of an outlier ultimately, once the season's over, because Amon-Ra St. Brown only had like 2 catches. That's not going to be an every week thing, so that's probably going to take away from Jameson Williams' production. But I think what he showed was exactly what people wanted to see from him. He was explosive, great touchdown reception where he absolutely had an amazing double move. So I think it's definitely a huge statement game from him. He's finally healthy. Wide receiver 2. The Lions are looking great. big game from him. He's got to be a winner for week 1. And so then getting over to the losers, and I made the Patriots a week 1 winner. I'm making the Bengals a week 1 loser. And you could probably just completely ignore the Bengals from this because I already kind of highlighted this game with the Patriots. But I really feel like the Bengals have to be almost held accountable for that just flat performance. And what's crazy is the Bengals have, or had super high expectations coming into the season. And of course, the season's not over or anything like that, but that is not how you want to start the year. You have, all this kind of momentum in the offseason that, Burrow has a fully healthy, well, not really fully healthy, it's recovering, but like he didn't have any setbacks, everything kind of went to plan. So you have him. And then all of a sudden before the game, two days before, Higgins gets hurt. And now Jamar Chase is holding on. Everything gets disrupted again. But despite that, you were still a very heavy favorite in this game. And they just never really got anything going on offense at all. I guess the only bright spot was Zach Moss. He had a pretty good game. But other than that, Bengals offense was not at all what we expected. Again, Patriots have a pretty good defense, but that's still just unacceptable from the Bengals offense. And then defensively, they just let the Patriots do whatever. I mean, they couldn't even stop Jacoby Brissett scrambling a lot of the time. And then, of course, you have Ramondre Stevenson just dragging guys with them. And it was just a very, very disappointing week 1 game from the Bengals. And now next week, they have the Chiefs. So it's not getting any easier. It's getting exponentially harder. Again, not how you want to start the year. But again, to be fair, the Bengals do typically start the year pretty bad for some reason, then normally turn it up after like 3 or 4 weeks. But it's the NFL. You can't just afford to lose your first 3 games just to get acclimated. You should have already kind of hit the ground running. And the Patriots were a perfect opponent to do that with. You had them at your home field, and they're looked at as one of the worst teams in the league, and you got shown up. Just, terrible game. So they're definitely a loser from week 1. And I have to include my own favorite team on this list, and that's the Panthers, because I'm not sure if I think the category loser is made for this Panthers team. That game Sunday was absolutely terrible. Just beyond disappointing, beyond unacceptable. I mean, last year the Panthers won 2 games, and I don't think there's a game that embarrassing last year. I really don't. I mean, that was just from the moment the ball was snapped, there was no effort on either side of the ball. It was a very, very sad display. For what it's worth, the Saints played great. Derek Carr looked very, very good. I'm still not sold on him. I'm still out on him, but he played great. It was a really, really good game from the Saints. Panthers couldn't get anything going on offense, and when they finally were starting to get something going, holding call brought them back, and then from there it was just punting the ball to Bryce Young interception to fumbling from Mingo. It was just a terrible, terrible game. You got nearly 50-pieced by the Saints. I'm not sure where you really go from here. A lot of season left, but I just did a video, actually, my most recent video on why I think the Panthers are the most dysfunctional team in the entire NFL. Go check that out if you guys want to hear me rant about my favorite team. But yeah, Panthers, absolutely a week 1 loser. That was pathetic. Lucky for them, I'm not sure if it could get much worse the rest of the year, though. So now at least the bar is on the floor for, future games. And the final loser of the week is going to be the Cleveland Browns. Now, it was just a really bad display from start to finish. They really just couldn't get anything going, and it's disappointing because they have pretty high expectations on them for this year. They have a phenomenal defense. Offense can be really good, but it just depends on Deshaun Watson, who cannot get anything going Sunday. I know that he, I think, lost his dad and former teammate on Friday, I think. So maybe that has something to do with his mental state, I would imagine. So, you can also chalk it up to that. So, again, prayers to him about all that kind of stuff. Defensively, though, for the Browns, you're known as one of the best defenses in the NFL, and you couldn't get a stop. I mean, Dak absolutely torched the Browns defense. I think we'll look back in a few weeks and say that was just one of those week 1 just blunders. But I don't think it keeps the Browns away from being a loser of the week. It was a very, very bad game. Even offensively, it's just everything seems very out of sync. Watson just could not really find the open guy as much as he tried to extend plays. You didn't have anybody really stepping up either. Mark Cooper didn't do a whole lot. Judy did have a touchdown, so that was pretty cool to see. But even David Njoku, he got hurt with a ankle injury, which really, really sucks. So hopefully he comes back healthy. But Again, Browns got to be better than this. You know, Cowboys, they really just kind of let them have it, honestly. So Browns are the final loser of the week. But guys, that's going to do it for the first weekly winners and losers. Let me know down below if you guys want to see more per category in future weeks. I'll definitely be down to do that. Maybe do 4 next week, maybe 5, something like that. Thanks for watching. I do really appreciate it. Make sure to comment down below how your favorite team did week 1. Hopefully you're not a Panthers fan like me. Thank you for watching. I really appreciate it. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.